Welcome back here to Drury University at the O'Reilly Family Event Center. Man, what a day it has been. I'm Jeremy Caldwell alongside CJ Pomeroy and Thomas Sanders. Man, we have brought you some good games today, some athletic players, and Thomas is on the call on the last game with us with the boys 14U. Came down to the last possession. CJ was on a call with us earlier today when these Lady Chisholm Knights from Houston, Texas, won their 16U Undisputed Championship, and now the 14U's going for the Undisputed. So we have Chisholm Crimson Knights in the light gray with the red numbers against KC Metro with the black and red lettering. KC Metro girls are playing for their Undisputed chance to win it. Their boys just played against Dallas HSAA Angels out of Dallas, Texas, and they came up a little bit short. So the girls are going to try to see if they can help lift their spirits a little bit as they try to go for the win. It's going to be a good one, and we're off with the tip.
Now this is going to be an exciting matchup. This KC Metro team is a very good team. They've played a really tough schedule all year. And the Knights, you know, I've told Coach Camille before, the superpower of the Knights, I think, is that they just stay with it and stay with it and stay with it and stay with it. They never stop playing basketball.
Right. Yeah, they don't really look at time and score. They play the same way. It doesn't matter what's on the clock.
You know, so many times teams, particularly at the 14U and 12U.
Big shot there to start the game.
Teams will almost beat themselves. And so if you can find a team that won't turn the ball over and will just guard and play defense, you know, you'd be surprised how often that you can win ball games by keeping it simple and letting the game come to you.
Yeah, that first bucket was by Anna Parker for Chisholm.
Nice pass.
Oh, good find on the weak side, but unable to get it to go. That's going to be on number 11.
Chloe's looking at the referee like, come on, ref, that wasn't a foul?
Chloe Cox not crazy about that call.
No.
Ref and her both got a little giggle out of it. But Chloe Cox definitely can't be one to get in foul trouble in this game, as there's another foul as Annabelle Redmond creates the foul on reaching. As Chloe Cox is kind of their leader for the Lady Knights. CJ, you know a little bit something about these Chisholm programs since you're the founder of it.
Yeah, this girls program, Camille Cox has done just an incredible job with these girls. A lot of them have played together for multiple years. They've developed a real good chemistry with each other. And Chloe is definitely one of the stars. She plays on both the 16U and the 18U team. And a very good player. You look right there. That's intentional. That she does that. She does that setup with that right hand,
yes,
looking to spin back or looking to find an angle to attack. And Anna Parker is new to the program this year and been a great addition both in the size and the rebounding. Yesterday, she dominated the glass.
Yeah, she's made the impact here already as she scored and got a couple rebounds. And Tori Sittler was the first one to score for Metro on their possession a while ago.
One thing the Knights have for them is a lot of length.
What a left-handed finish. Tori Sittler again. She got the loose ball and threw it up with the left hand off the glass, so they take an early 4-2 lead. It was a good find by Chloe.
Aisha's just trying to find that range.
Rebound by Aisha.
This is going to be a tough matchup for the Knights because, Jeremy, I think the Metro Mavs, they played 18U in the district tournament, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so. I don't think they did with the 14U group, but I believe they did.
No, they don't have an 18U. The 14U was playing up because Aaliyah Harris is the district MVP for the Mavericks.
That'll definitely make you better.
You know, we've seen some in the girls 18U. There's at least 2 14U girls who are playing, participating, and contributing at the 18U level.
Yes.
So it's interesting. There's a lot, and even watching this game.
Deep three there by Annabelle. speaking of talent, she was well behind the college arc,
Way behind.
and she just pulled that with confidence.
It just shows you all the depth of talent at the Homeschool Nationals this year on the girls' side, boys' side as well. But even down in this game, you have all the talent in this court right now, and then you go up to 18, you're seeing more girls playing also on that level. So, you know, the future's bright here at Homeschool National on the women's side.
It's going to be a timeout for Chisholm.
Thomas, I was literally about to say, you know, Jeremy Thomas and I, we played in this tournament. I think our last year we played and it was 2004.
Shouldn't have said that, CJ. You should have said it was 2000.
Sorry. I should have.
You meant 2014, right?
Yeah, right. But, you know.
That was still well after I graduated. But anyway.
But, you know, when we played, you know, every year you come to the tournament and you would expect 2 teams, maybe there'd be 3 teams to compete. But what
not
I saw.
This year.
I mean, when I look at the 12U boys team that we called earlier today between Red River and HSAA, and then you see the depth of talent here. Thomas, what you just said is exactly right. Homeschool basketball is just going to get better and better and better with the amount of talent that's out there.
Look, and I imagine that, and this is me speculating at this point, but I imagine, you know, coming out of COVID, a lot of people, homeschooling became so much more prevalent. And so with that, it's natural to assume that the homeschool sports is also growing.
Right.
And I don't believe it's an accident that you're seeing all this talent now down level that's going to be rising up. And it's going to be exciting to watch how this tournament expands and grows in these coming years with, like CJ said, the parity of the teams, the talent pool coming up. It's going to be really, really awesome.
And it's crazy to believe in today's world with social media that a lot of people still don't know about homeschool basketball. That's a good finish there by 23, Mackenzie Smith.
Mackenzie Smith is a great player for the Mavs. Thomas, that player right there, Brooke Tolliver, she is a primary volleyball player. She's only 14, and I'm almost certain she will get D1 offers to play volleyball. She jumps so high.
Well, certainly she's an athlete. You can tell that just watching her move on the court here. So, you know, a basketball court she's impressive enough. I can imagine on a volleyball court, outside hitter, I would guess. That would not surprise me.
Yeah, I believe this is probably her first or maybe second year to play basketball. Is that correct?
Actually, it is her third year. Third year. Chloe was looking for Aisha in the corner, but Aisha wasn't there.
Right. She stayed up on the wing.
This is a tough team for the Knights. And that is a great drive by Chloe. That little gather right there. And a little blown assignment there on the Knights.
Yeah, somebody forgot to get back as Alicia Zolikoffy.
Yeah, but what a lead pass, though.
Yeah.
Blown assignment, yes, but, you know, it takes the visual of the guard to get that ball to her as well.
And Julia Rollo right there, she's improved that shot so much for the Knights. And if she is hitting, that's just another threat. But the Knights are going to have to rebound. And I think maybe size-wise, the Mavericks really do match up very well against both these teams.
Look at the hustle between these two teams.
Oof.
Another left-hand finish by Tori Sittler in traffic.
Well, she's putting
through
together
contact.
A ball game for herself early, is she not?
She's got 6 early points, possibility to get 7 here. And she finished that with the left hand with contact, somebody hanging on her arm. So,
you know,
that's tough.
You think about that. Obviously, a right-handed player has seen her shoot there, 14 years old, able to pull away, shoot a left-handed finish with a foul. You don't see that often at this age on the girls' side. Mm-hmm. Nice skill set. Look at that spin move.
Chloe is going to go hard to the rack every single time. She took a hard fall there, slow to get up. She's going to have to get back, though. Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble.
Chloe Cox is looking a little winded right now.
Yeah, that's a foul on Tori Settler.
Maybe in pain a little bit. I hope not.
Yeah, she's in a little bit of pain. She's going to get a substitution here.
So, look, that was a great move she had. Took right, faked right, spun back left. Everything except the finish. I know she'd like that one back, but what a heck of a move.
Uh-oh. Got to get across the line now. Aisha is still 12U qualified. Very good shooter in her own.
Yeah, Chisholm just looks a little discombobulated right now. Look a little out of rhythm.
This is some of the most pressure that they've seen throughout the year.
They haven't played many teams that have the ability to give the pressure that Metro has been able to do here. Tori Sittler once again with the drive.
So look, Chisholm's going to have to figure this out. Someone's going to have to stay in front of Sittler because right now she is single-handedly dicing them. I believe she has 7 of their 11. Is that correct?
That's correct.
With a chance for 2 more right here.
And one of the problems, I believe, now is that Annabelle has 2 fouls.
Yes.
And Annabelle's a key player for the Knights, a 3-and-D kind of player. And
knocks down the second one.
Coach Tyler is going to try and get Annabelle out of this quarter on the court. It is a lot of pressure. I mean, the Mavericks bring a ton of pressure. Uh-oh, uh-oh. That's a good job by...
A little scrappy early. Both these teams are fighting for that banner. 0.6 seconds to go.
And you know, the one good thing right there is they were able to tie the ball up enough where it doesn't matter.
Right.
You know, they don't have to worry about a last-second shot.
Yeah, they didn't allow the Knights to get off a shot here at the end of the quarter. And through all of that discombobulation and the miscues and the missed assignments by Chisholm, they're only down 3, 12-9 here in the first quarter. But give credit to KC Metro. They've came out firing on all cylinders. They've pressured defensively. They've gotten behind the defense of Chisholm to get easy buckets. And Tori Sittler's having herself a game, as she's got 8 points of the 12 for the KC Metro Mavericks.
It's going to be, I think, Thomas, you said, they got to find a way to keep Sittler out of penetration mode. Otherwise, I mean.
Well, right now that's been their whole offense. So she's been in the paint, finished in the left hand, right hand. So if you are Chisholm right now, you know, possibly consider box and one or maybe a defensive switch, but she's got to be focused on early in the game because, you know, you can let a good player turn into a great player quickly if they get into a rhythm. So, you know, she's now seen that ball go through 3-4 times.
Yeah. Right.
And so that's what you want to be careful of is this all of a sudden you see these games happen when a player goes off for 30, 40 points. What starts with a couple of shots early, no adjustment on defense, and pretty soon you got a real problem. And you don't want that to happen in a national championship game.
So Chloe's back out. She's making sure that she doesn't have any blood. And interestingly enough, Chloe's going to inbound the ball here. And
that's a good give and go.
Yeah. And Anna Parker's real good down there. She likes to get that ball in the post, go right, and take that shot.
Right into the game, she comes in and draws a foul. Does Chloe, going to go to the free throw line.
I had a flashback, Jeremy. I don't know if you remember this, but last year, Chloe made a move just like that and got hurt. Ended up in the championship game.
Yes.
So really glad to see that not happen again.
Knocks down that free throw. That cuts the lead down to 2, 12-10. And for Chisholm to stay in this game and win this game, they're going to need Chloe on the floor and dominating and doing what she does. The KC Metros, they're ready to out running. And on any rebound, they get the rebound, and they got girls already down the court.
And we talked about how Metro has played a varsity schedule, at least in at least a couple of tournaments that I know of. The Knights have played a JV schedule, but Thomas, you know this, that level between JV and varsity, that's a way different level.
Oh, it's entirely different. And, you know, sometimes Well, not sometimes. I would say almost always is a huge advantage.
Big three there by Mackenzie Smith. And I think that was kind of out of a broken play. The ball just happened to pop out to her.
So look, on the last broadcast, we got to watch KC Metro 14U boys play. And one thing we were talking about a lot was watching their offense, how there was such a continuity system. We've seen a lot of 2-3 zones this tournament.
Yeah.
And then sets, horn sets come up for high ball screens. I'm starting to wonder if this Metro is running as a system-wide, organizational-wide. They kind of run a secondary offense. I'm seeing the same offense here that I saw the 14U boys.
That was a big three by Aisha Cox. And then they get a turnover on the inbounds play. So once again, possession here with the ability to tie or take the lead. And there's substitution. As number 13, Anna Parker, is going to come out of the game. And 55, Chaslyn Orange, is going to come into the game. And immediately go right to her in the paint. Unable to corral it.
One thing that Chazzy will do down in the paint is she will be a bully.
She is not afraid of contact. I've seen her play a couple times this year, and she don't mind using her body.
And parents and friends and mom and dad, if you watch this broadcast, when I say bully, I mean it in a good basketball way.
Right there.
We're seeing it right there. We can say aggressive, right? Strong player.
Yeah, she does not shy away from going after the basketball.
Victoria going against the district MVP at the ATU level there, and Aaliyah almost wins that one. Oh, wow, what a stop by Aisha. I wonder if maybe the Knights are pressing a little bit too much on offense.
Another jump ball.
There's a lot of size on this Metro Mavs team, and sometimes, Thomas, I think when you're playing against size, you tend to think you got to shoot early and you got to shoot a little bit more differently than what you might on a typical game.
Yeah, it's certainly an adjustment, right? Because you go in the lane and it's like, hey, instead of you beat your first defender and all of a sudden you're looking at a second defender, hands up.
Right.
And it's an adjustment. You shoot a teardrop or a layup. And so I think you're right. It feels like maybe they're pressing or pushing a little too much on offense right now. And some of that, it's early in the game, right? As we settle in, what we're going to hope to see is a little bit more composure, a little bit better shot selection. But I think some of it's just the stage, championship game, all that.
Ooh, they call it kick ball. I don't know if I saw the foot kick the ball. I thought I seen a hand hit it, but with all the traffic, couldn't really tell. You can't leave her open. And that's why Mackenzie Lay hits a three. That's the second three of this quarter for Metro.
There it is. That is what Chloe's trying to do, but the length of the Mavs there to deny that. Oh, and there's Victoria Kinnier.
Look, so Chloe Cox, it's pretty clear to see she's a talented player. Her ability to break down her first defender, it's very easy for her. But right now, I think it's one of these things she's got to let the game come to her. She's driving either off first pass or no pass, and so the defense is set. If they would let that ball swing once or twice, let the defense shift, she's going to have an easier lane to penetrate. Right now, as she comes in, she's meeting three defenders because there's been no shifting or no ball movement. So hopefully now we can get this thing moving. So we already got one pass and another shot. So CHSM just needs to slow this thing down, move this ball, and let's find some holes in the defense. It's all a little forced right now.
Yeah. And I believe the pressure defense of Metro is causing them to rush their shots and rush their offense.
Metro they're aggressive, and they're long, and they have 5 players that do all of it.
Yeah, and there haven't been many games this year. I don't think that this Chisholm 14U team has been tested.
Not like this. There's been some great battles. The Fort Bend, the FBCHA Eagles, bringing great competition for the Knights. But the Mavs right now, it's different.
So here's a challenge for Chloe Cox, the point guard. Get composure for your team. You're down 7 heading into halftime here shortly. Close this gap down to 2 or 3 points heading into the break. But she's got to bring composure as the point guard. Get them good shots. She's going to take a little breather right now.
Yeah, I know she was sore before the game, and there's something going on. She went and got the medical bag pretty quickly over there.
Well, she's had several tough, hard hits to the floor in the first half here.
She might need some of that RTPR.
Real-time pain relief. Oh, great pass.
Oh, there's Chazzy underneath. Got it.
That's a good find, looking down low. But if you notice on that inbounds play, they just threw it to the middle, and they just made number 12, Brooke Tolliver, just jump up and go get it.
Yep.
Knowing she could out-jump anybody on the floor.
And she will out-jump. I mean, between her and Victoria, you might think you have position, but she will quickly, the two of them will quickly put you out of position with their length.
Yep.
And that was a confidence-boosting play right there, I think, for Chazzy, because she has struggled this week with maintaining control of the ball. So 2 times in a row now, she's been able to keep it.
She'll shoot that.
Oh, Thomas, there it is again, just pressing it.
The offense, we've seen very few possessions that I can remember with more than one pass and a shot.
Right.
And so not only are we not getting rhythm threes, the lanes aren't open for driving, which is what Chloe Cox was experiencing early.
Right.
And so it's just a little bit of patience. Make the defense work a little bit before attacking. Give them one swing, make them move, and then find your spots.
Yeah, a couple passes, run your offensive sets.
Good defense there by Annabelle, keeping those hands high.
Oh, they called an offensive foul on Chaz.
Offensive foul.
So they're there. They saw our elbows go up. It's a dangerous play, controversial in some cases, but nevertheless, in a post man, you got to keep those elbows down.
Good job by the official here. Chazzy is a sweet girl. She's a sweet girl. She has no desire to hurt anybody out there on the floor. So for her, she takes it personal because she feels like, that's a knock on my character, which is not who she is.
No, and oftentimes that foul is not intentional to hurt somebody. They teach the offensive rebounders to put those elbows high. You just can't swing them.
Yep. Oh, look at that ball movement there.
Now we're talking. You see the difference in that offensive possession. You got a transition, 2 passes, and then an open shot at the short corner. So, that's the kind of offense I think CHSM needs to see here.
That's Abby Sittler with her first foul of the game. That's going to send Annabelle Redmond to the free throw line shooting 2. And they're only down 5 with 1:37 to go here. If you're the Crimson Knights, you got to get something going offensively. And defensively, you just got to get back and, play smart defense and see if you can limit the possessions of Casey Metro.
But Jeremy, doesn't it feel like this deficit should be more than it is? If you're Chisholm, yes. It could be far worse than we're seeing.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
She hits the second free throw, brings it to 4. So the way they were playing, and if you wasn't looking at the scoreboard, you would think Chisholm is down 10, 15 points. Another left-hand finish.
Fans wanted a foul, but I like the officials letting that play go.
Yeah, I think she was straight up. There was obviously contact, but her hands are up.
I mean, just the length of Victoria is just really going to get a jump. That's a quick jump.
I think the ref is sensing this game is getting a little chippy, and so they're wanting to kind of control this emotion before we get out of control. Good job by the officiating crew here.
Absolutely. Oh,
good ball movement. They're forcing too much stuff, I think, trying to draw fouls, and you're not getting those fouls, so you gotta go in with the intention that I need to score, not try to draw a foul.
Basketball's a funny game. It feels like you can kind of will your way to it sometimes by forcing a drive, forcing a pass, forcing a shot, but it's kind of quite the opposite. It's such a rhythm game. As you kind of ease into it and play with each other, things start to open up, and it's hard to teach that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you just have to sense it as you're on the court, and the game gets more natural. But right now, I think what we're seeing from Chisholm is just a little bit of if they can just calm this thing down a little bit, they're in a good spot. They're down 6, has not been their best half of basketball.
They definitely can't give up a bucket here.
Chloe just fighting for that. Uh-oh, that ball was tipped. Good pursuit right there by the Metro Mavs.
I think if you're Chisholm, you'd prefer Chloe to just bring that up the ball, up the court, and see if you can work offensively and get the last shot of the quarter.
And I talked about this a couple times in the broadcast, different times, is, you know, oh no, the fans cut that one.
Yep, they start chanting the time on the clock. There's still 6 seconds, and they rushed
who you're
it.
listening to, right?
Yep.
I mean,
It's happened to all of us.
Yep.
There's a clock right above the scoreboard. You gotta look for yourself. And that's going to be the end of the first half of this 14U Girls Undisputed Championship, as KC Metro will take a 22-16 lead into the half. Let's see which team comes out and makes the adjustments needed to propel their team to take home the banner and the prized legacy trophy. We'll be back after this.
Real-time pain relief. Its soothing lotion is rich in nature's ingredients and helps me manage discomfort day or night. And it smells great too. From muscle strains to soreness to simple back aches and arthritis. Real-time it and knock out your pain. It works for me and it will work for you. Real-time pain relief. It's a knockout.
Well, welcome back. We got a final 12 minutes to decide the girls 14U undisputed national champion in this 2024 National Christian Homeschool Basketball Tournament. And Jeremy Caldwell alongside CJ Pomeroy and Thomas Sanders bringing you the live action. We have the Chisholm Lady Crimson Knights in gray with red. Down at the half to the KC Metro Mavericks in black with red lettering. And it's a 6-point game here. And the first half, the keys to the first half is defensively, Chisholm just really hasn't had an answer for Tori Sittler as she's kind of dominated the first half. And we'll see what kind of adjustments were made here in the second half as right off the bat, I believe Sittler comes off, or that's Mackenzie Smith, with a curl screen and a banked-in shot.
Beautiful pass by Chloe Cox early, getting his teammates involved. That's what you want to see if you're Chisholm. Move the ball, get our shots, and let the results take care of themselves.
And I think if you're the Knights, you got to try and find a way to get Anna Parker
jump ball
involved, as well as Annabelle Redmond needs to get a couple more three-point opportunities. But that comes down to sharing the basketball and moving the basketball in your offense and finding that rhythm and consistency, which is what they've struggled with in the first half.
Yeah, and I believe the defending champions of this girls 14U are the Chisholm Lady Knights. So they're trying to retain their title as Aaliyah Harris has a run out but unable to get it to go. Good job by Annabelle to corral that rebound. But KC Metro knocks it out of bounds. So the Chisholm Lady Knights are going to retain possession. And they stay at a full court press, pressuring Chloe Cox, trying to rush the offense. Missed shot there by the Metro, by Chisholm Lady Knights.
Oh, that's a good
Good
look
steal,
right there.
Victoria. She needs to push it up.
She got stuck.
And the pressure of KC Metro here has affected the way Chisholm wants to play.
That's a good rebound right there from push ahead.
Oh, good look, good find.
There it is.
And the foul.
Look at that transition offense by Chisholm. Bang, bang. Defensive rebound, outlet pass. It was on textbook. Outlet pass to the wing, 2 passes up, and then the post ran the floor. And then the benefactor was Victoria. Easy basket and a foul. Excellent offense.
And it looks like
A foul was on Abby Sittler, and that's going to be her 3rd foul of the game, I believe, is what I have. And I have the unofficial book, so.
referees resetting the line here as Aaliyah Harris and Chloe were out of position somewhere.
Coach Cox trying to get his team back in this game. Back to a 6-point game. Defensively, what a block.
Wow.
That's going to be a foul.
See, that's the read I think Chloe Cox needs. That the difference there was it was in transition. Defense was already on her heels.
Right.
So it's a great push because actually it's situational, right? So the same drive in the half court doesn't look the same. The lanes aren't there. But right now the defense already on the heels and she's pushing the tempo at them, draws the foul. Now she gets to see 2 go through, hopefully from the line to get her going a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't see who the foul was on. Knocks down the first free throw. So they've got it to 5. If she can knock this down, she'll get it to 4. And see if they can have a little spark here to start the 3rd quarter.
I mean, you have to be pretty happy if you're Coach Tyler only being down 4 with.
That's that shooter's touch.
Yeah.
Chloe there. She got 5 points on the game. I believe there's going to be a, I think Casey Metro. Oh, there's going to be a foul. 25, I believe.
Offensive foul, so the Knights have an opportunity to cut even more into this.
That's Tori Sittler's 3rd foul as well. So Tori and Abby Sittler both have 3 fouls here in the 3rd quarter.
Chloe missed Brooke wide open right there.
So if you're Chisholm right now, move the ball. It's probably not the shot you're expecting right or wanting right now. Move that thing.
Another jump ball.
Aisha has never met a shot she doesn't like.
Listen, I respect that. You know, I understand that. Also understanding situation, time and place, right? And now you're midway through the 3rd, down 4. A shots are imperative.
And that's a good rebound. So this is Thomas where you're saying she needs to go.
She can go here. The defense on heels, and look what you get. You get a nice rhythm shot in transition, so you'll take that. The thing I don't like, CJ, is in the half court when teams are set, defense is square, and then you're driving into 3-4 defenders. Right there, it's a transition play. It's different. You're already running back, and she's strong enough and fast enough to push that. But, I don't like a drive and a half-court set without having moved the defense.
Yeah, that foul was on Brooke Tolliver. I think she went over the back on that rebound.
Couldn't quite use her length to out-jump there.
So they got it down to 4. They need a couple stops, but you can't give up open buckets.
So Tori Sittler has been active. We know she had a hot start early, slowed down a little bit. Coy Cox back the other way for a stop and pop, no good.
Yeah, I think the Knights just, it's just 4 points. It's not 8 points. It's not 12 points.
And
it's 4.
Over here, you know, we have the advantage of sitting here and talking about what they're doing, right?
Yep.
We have the easy job. It seems so simple that we just need to get a little bit of composure, settle this thing down, and then get good shots. But, you know, when you're in the game, as all of us have played, you understand, like, they're having to make split-second decisions. They're dealing with the energy. They're dealing with these drums beating in our ears and the fans screaming at them. And so, man, it's hard. And so it's a lot of competition, a lot of energy in the space right now. So,
especially at the 14U level.
A national championship, the biggest game of most of their careers they're in right now.
Right, and it's, you know, and could be the biggest the rest of their career if they don't make it back, you know.
That's right.
And Chisholm, you know, they were here last year. They won this championship game last year, so they've been here before. And, you know, most of these girls were in that game. There's a few that wasn't on that team. But for the most part, they've been there, so they kind of know. So they know they just need to get their composure. And I would imagine the key right now is, if you're Chisholm, is to see if you can get it under 3. See if you can get it to 2 to 3, maybe tie it by the end of this quarter. And then you got 6 minutes to give it your all and see if you can take over this game.
If you can keep this spread or less in the next 250, I feel like momentum is your direction.
Yeah.
The way this game is played out. Right? At least the momentum is there to start the 4th, which is what you want.
Well, yeah, and the effort is so high right now. You can see the energy's high. Both teams playing so aggressive.
Yeah, they ran a give and go, but Victoria just unable to get a good pass to her teammate there. She threw it a little low, rolled out of bounds, but I do like the pick and roll up top.
Absolutely.
You know, getting some action moving in your offense.
I think I wouldn't have minded seeing Victoria just kind of stop and do a short little half floater.
Yeah.
So necessary defensive possession here for the Knights, I think.
Yeah, you can't give up points here. You got to get a stop. Good box out.
Uh-oh. And see, this is one of the things that is probably,
I believe that was Tori Sittler again,
hurting is, you know, sometimes in a lot of games the Knights can get away with that kind of pass right there.
Right.
But it's too long. These girls, Metro is too long compared to their other competition to try and do that wraparound pass. Look at Julia Rollo fighting for the ball and taking the trip.
Yeah. And that's going to be the 4th foul on Tori Sittler, according to my books. And that could be crucial because they have so that's the 15th foul. So now Chisholm should be shooting free throws the last minute 47.
Good job right there by Chloe to let the official know that they're in the bonus.
Yep. That's Tori's 4th foul. They just announced it. And that's going to be crucial because if she has to sit out most of this 4th quarter, you know, Chisholm might be able to go on a little run here if they can, you know, hit this free throw and get the ball back. They got 1:47 to go. They're going to be shooting free throws the rest of the way. So if you're Chisholm, you probably don't want to see outside shots. You want to see everything in the paint and see if you can get back to the free throw line and cut into this lead while the clock stops.
Well, and I think they really got to figure out how do we get Anna Parker some paint touches. That would be a huge help and take some pressure off of Chloe.
Good rebound by Chloe Cox there, pushing the
You
pace.
have numbers. I think Chloe needs to keep this.
Yeah, don't.
She had such the right idea there. You know, starting with the rebound, pushing past all of them, just a little bit miscue on the pass, but what an effort. I can tell there's some frustration on her face, but she's playing a whale of a game.
Yeah.
Thomas, something I've said a couple of times this week is we've seen a lot of unselfish basketball, a lot of sharing of the ball. I think sometimes when you get into the bigger games, your star players, the way that you're unselfish is when your star players take control of the ball.
Sure. And at that point, it's not really considered being selfish. You've got to make sure you make the right play.
Right.
That's it. It's understanding. It's not even selfish. It's understanding your roles.
Right.
And when a team can do that well, that's when you get really dangerous. This
Another
is that
block
person's shot. This is that person's pass. This is what you do well, and that's what a unit does. When they understand that, that's when a unit and a team becomes so dangerous. What a play!
Oh, too hard off the backboard, but great job by going weak side.
Little frustration grab right there. The defense for the Knights has really been good. Been really good.
Matter of fact, CJ, both sides of defense have been pretty good.
Absolutely.
It's making. I mean, that's why we're seeing a 29 score. There's just not 20-28. There's not a lot of easy shots out there. They're packing the lane.
Yeah, it's been a few years since I played. They trying to get me in the game, and I understand it, and I'm ready.
I see you look ready.
You know, I just gotta. We're not here for me. We're here for the kids. It's about them this week. I mean, I appreciate them trying to get me involved. But
listen, you know what? We can go. We can get 2 more. We can go 5s out here after this game is done.
I'm sure it won't be hard to find 2 more.
No, I think not.
Look at right off the bench, Brooke Lawfrey is able to get a quick shot, but then she fights for the rebound.
Travel. She rolled over with the ball. So Chisholm is down 8 here, 22.6 seconds. If you're Coach Cox here,
you gotta look low. Anna Parker's there.
You gotta get a bucket in this possession. You can't have an empty possession going into the half.
And Anna Parker on that inbound, she was wide open.
Oh, that is not what you give up.
So
Mackenzie Smith.
So probably not the way that Chisholm wanted to finish that quarter.
No.
But look, you know, as ill-advised as some shots have been and things like that, when you really look up, you're only down 10 heading into the 4th. This game is not out of reach. It's far from.
Yep.
Get stops, get composure, and let's see if you can't get some of these outside shots to fall.
Yeah, they got a couple runouts, you know, that you really like to see them get in that 3rd quarter. You know, Chloe, in normal situational basketball, makes the right play by making the pass to the weak side. but in all instances there, most of them ended up in turnovers because the defense of the KC Metro really forced a lot of turnovers, and they forced the Knights to kind of rush their offense, and they tried to rush it a little too much. So with that, you know, they haven't been able to settle down and get settled because of the defense. Now, credit KC Metro, they have a really good game plan coming in, and their game plan is to try to speed up Chisholm and their offense. Don't let them get set, because they know in a half-court set, you know, Chloe Cox is a really good player that's going to break you down and can score off of anything. So you gotta give credit where credit's due. And KC Metro came in, great game plan. They've executed it, and they've kind of rattled the Knights a little bit here.
Well, and I also believe that we're looking at a little bit of difference in, I'm going to call it basketball maturity, from the standpoint of, you know, again, when you're playing higher level competition on a regular basis, as the Metro Mavs have, which has been, I mean, the Knights have played a JV competition, but the Mavericks have played a varsity competition. You have to play faster, you have to play stronger, you have to push through a whole lot more.
To it, right?
Yep. You play a longer game. There's a lot of things that come from playing at that level. And for the Knights, the only one that's done that is Chloe.
Yeah, we really haven't heard much from Tori Sittler since the first quarter. She had 8 points. And Mackenzie Smith, she's sitting there at 11. So Mackenzie Smith has kind of been the difference maker. You know, Tori Sittler's got 4 fouls. You know, we thought that was going to be big for Chisholm to get her 4th foul, get her out of the game. But it really hadn't seemed to make a difference yet, because they just next man up, and they've come in and they've just out-hustled Chisholm here in this game.
Well, and the thing is, for the Mavs, they called a timeout.
Coach Harris is kind of questioning this call here. Understandably so. Now, in fairness, Coach Cox was in his ear 3 or 4 seconds earlier. He just didn't hear him. So I think he had the possession when he called the timeout.
Yeah, he started calling the timeout when she dove on the ball at half court.
That's right. He saw it coming. It just Coach Harris probably was not aware of that. So I understand the frustration.
Yeah, I think KC Metro right now can kind of see the end in sight. They're up 12, and they know if they get 1 or 2 more stops, they can really make it really hard for Chisholm to come back.
So this is a big possession for Chisholm. You got to get a good shot here. Let's see what they have. We'd like to see this ball move around the perimeter a little bit.
That's Mackenzie Smith's first foul.
You know, Cox is so aggressive. She's strong. She's fast. Once she learns to play with a little bit more composure, she is going to be a very, very difficult player to guard. You can see she's already drawn 2 fouls here in the last 10 seconds. Like they're aware that she's coming at them every time she is attacking. Yeah. It's attack, 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 attack. That's a hard skill set to teach.
Yeah, they didn't call the foul on that one. They just set out of bounds on that reach.
Got it. There she is again, attacking.
Probably should have gotten a foul call there. I like that, calling that a jump as opposed to a foul against Chloe.
And look, I'm talking about Chloe Cox, and that was not a negative shot for me. If I could give any counsel to her, it would be keep the aggression, but let the game come to you a little bit. And that happens by swinging that ball and letting the defense move, and then the game gets a lot easier.
Yep.
So she is a great player, but allowing that game to kind of come back and circle, open up lanes for her and for her teammates, because the offense is predicated off of her dribble drive.
Right.
The Mavs it just feels like they don't have any holes.
Yeah, they're playing consistent, smart team basketball. You know, much like their 14U boys team as well.
Yeah, Blackwell standing out of bounds when she touched the ball. So that's going to stay white, but you know, right there, you'd like to see Victoria take that all the way to the hole and try to score that. You know, she passed it weak side, and the, you know, her teammate bobbled the pass, wasn't able to finish it.
So, CJ, I feel like you've been saying that since the first quarter. As we see Anna Parker get low and score that basket. So I know you've been kind of consistent on that, and there we see a success, right?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Anna has the ability to keep that girl on her hip, and then she's got these long arms, and she has really improved throughout the season in her ability to finish around the basket. So, you know, in a game where good shots are at a premium, the more I feel like you get the ball into the paint, could have been an offensive foul there. The more you get the ball into the paint, I think that's, you know, better for.
Yeah, it's critical right now, right? Because it scores 22-32. Every
Great
basket
pass.
counts.
That was a great pass by Mackenzie Smith. She got the steal and seeing she had a teammate opposite side.
Yeah, you can just tell the Mavericks, they know the moment right now.
Yeah, they can taste it. They sense it. The energy has definitely shifted. And, you know, Chisholm just hadn't been able to get in any type of rhythm offensively because of the defensive pressure and the size of KC Metro.
Yeah, Chloe's got to go here. She just has to go.
Yeah, they had 3 shots at a layup there. Just couldn't get it to go. A lot of traffic.
Chloe pulled up at the very last minute.
Yeah.
Well, she's got to be fatigued. I mean, it's clear to anyone she's giving everything out there.
She's been playing 3 games a day all week long.
Well, you know, as we're talking on this, it's just don't take anything away. Metro Academy, what they've done, you've almost like not even noticed it because they've got such composure. They're in control, right? They're taking care of business, and now that what shows is their 12-point lead. So, you know, not turning it over. Look at that, another like rhythm good shot for KC Metro. It's a miss, but you'll live with that shot. And another rhythm three-pointer. So,
and they don't even have Aaliyah Harris going. Like Leah Harris is not even on the board.
Look at the hustle, though. Four KC Metro girls come running back to try to get that steal back.
Chloe just giving her all here.
Yeah, she don't ever think she's out of a game. It doesn't matter the score. She thinks with her ability she can bring a team back and they can still win this game, and I like that fight in her. And, you know, they still can. They just got to hit shots. They got to get stops. 3 minutes to go, down 12. You cannot afford any empty possessions, and you can't afford to let KC Metro get any more points.
What the Mavs are doing right now is essentially what the Knights have done to their competition. There's Aaliyah Harris getting on the board.
It's only her 4th point of the game.
What the Mavs are doing is essentially what the Knights have done to their competition all year long. They just keep coming at you. They just keep coming at you. They just keep coming at you.
Yeah.
Well, at some point, you kind of wear the defense down.
Just haven't been able to get it going. No rhythm.
The transition basketball that Thomas had seen earlier, I mean, that's been a kind of a staple for that team. And, you know, now, and a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes like that right there.
Right.
You know, the Knights don't do that on a typical basis, and it's just kudos to the Mavs on, I mean, they were a good team last year, and they have definitely improved year over year.
Well, CJ, you remember in the first quarter, we were talking about who's going to gain composure. It was a little bit helter-skelter, and that's pretty clear, right? The Mavs have really, they've really a beautiful move, again, by Chloe Cox, just couldn't quite finish it. But back to that point, the Mavs coming out of the second half, you know, you've not even noticed turnovers, bad shots, and they probably even have not shot their best this game, but their consistency has just slowly climbed this lead from 6 to 8 to 10. to now 14 points. Team effort.
Yeah, and, you know, we had talked about who could make the adjustments at half and kind of turn the game around. You know, KC Metro kind of stuck to what they stayed doing, pressuring the ball, pressuring the defense. They kind of dominated on the boards offensively and defensively, and that's kind of been the difference in this game.
It's a tough spot to be in if you're Coach Tyler. 36-22, and
yeah, and, you know,
these girls are trying, but I'm not.
You're the defending champions. You're trying to retain the title. You're trying to put your name on that legacy trophy one more year, and it is not looking good right now with 1:45 to go, down 14.
I was talking to a Crimson Knight parent earlier, and they were asking about this game, and I said, listen, this is going to be a really tough game. This really is going to be a difficult game for the Knights. And I said, here's the thing. This is how it's going to be for years to come, because this is at the 14U level. These two teams are going to play each other time and time again at national tournaments.
Yep.
Yes.
Thomas, we know something a little bit about that, playing the Storm as many years as we have.
Yeah, you know, in many cases, that's the only time of year you get to see them.
Yep.
So the chances of these two teams playing each other absent the regionals for some of these teams is at the national tournament. So it's not like you have a wealth of experience playing against them. So it's like you have to capitalize on those opportunities because they're few and far between.
Yeah, and I believe the, you know, KC Metro have really done a really good job. You know, early on in the first quarter, Tori Sittler was the MVP. Had kind of taken over this game, but since then, I think Mackenzie Smith has really been the difference maker, and I believe she's probably going to be the award winner here for KC Metro if they hold on to win this game, and you know, able to put their name on that plate. And that right there, that's how this game is going.
Yeah.
Nice, good open shot. And
I think that, hey, look at Juwan Blair getting out there and showing us he's still got some hops.
I mean, I was about to go get it, and I seen Juwan walk out there.
I saw you getting up to go get it. Yeah,
so,
I thought that's where you were headed.
Yeah, but I seen Juwan, so I was like, okay, he's got it. There's no need. I'll let him get it. But it's been a good game. KC Metro has played a well of a game. They had a really good game plan coming in. They executed it well. You know, their game plan was to
Brooke Tolliver there, a nice little put back.
Their game plan was to not let Chloe Cox get going. They tried to make sure they stayed in front of her, and they did a really good job. Oh, thought that would have been a back court, but
referee was like, I'm either going to call a foul or I'm going to let her keep it. Which one do you want? It's a good Mavs team. It's a good Mavs team.
And that's going to do it. Your KC Metro Mavs are your 14U undisputed champions in Girls Division I. Chisholm Knights are your runner-up. Congratulations, KC Metro. You get to add your name to the ultimate prize in the undisputed trophy. And thanks to CJ Pomeroy, Thomas Sanders, and myself, Jeremy Caldwell, for the broadcast. And up next, we have a boys 18U game. We'll be back.